They said I looked lost, said I seemed alone, told me I wasn't myself anymore. They were right, but not in the way they think. I'm no longer the version of myself they remember. That version, the soft one, the hopeful one, was torn down. Brick by brick, smile by smile. I tried to hold on. I did. I reached for comfort, for redemption, for a hand that never came. I begged for peace in a world that only spoke in chaos. But that version of me, he's gone. What stands now is something else. Something they didn't see coming. Something they can't recognize or control. I used to care about their words, their judgment, their love. I let their opinions shape my worth. Let their betrayal poison my thoughts. Let their absence convince me I wasn't enough. And slowly I broke. Quietly, painfully, until I was nothing more than echoes of someone I once believed I could be. But in that darkness, something shifted. I stopped waiting to be saved. Stopped hoping they'd come back. Stopped pretending I was okay. And I started listening. Not to them, but to the fire building beneath my skin. I heard the whispers, not of defeat, but of purpose. I felt the rage not as destruction, but as fuel. I took every broken piece of myself and started putting them back together. Not the way I was, but the way I was meant to be. Stronger, sharper, unshakable. They don't get to ask what happened to me. They were what happened to me. And now they see the result. They see a storm in my eyes and wonder where it came from. It came from them, from everything they did, and everything they didn't do. They told me to stay quiet, and I did. But while I was quiet, I was listening. While I was silent, I was preparing. They thought I was weak. I was waiting. And now, I'm ready. Ready to walk through the ruins without flinching. Ready to speak without asking permission. Ready to live without apology. I no longer fear rejection, because I reject their standards. I no longer fear pain, because pain is where I found myself. I no longer fear failure, because I've already lost more than they'll ever understand. There was a time when I would have cried over this, a time when I would have tried to fix it, to earn back love, to prove my worth. That time has passed. I don't ask to be seen anymore. I don't ask to be loved. I demand to be respected, and I earn it through fire. I am not here to fit in. I am not here to be liked. I am here to rise, to take what was stolen, to become what they swore I never could. Let them talk. Let them whisper behind closed doors. Let them fear what they don't understand. I am not here for their comfort. I am here to shake the ground they walk on. They tried to chain me with their rules, tried to mold me into something small and safe, but I was never made to fit into their boxes. I was born to break them. They wanted obedience. They got resistance. They wanted silence. They got thunder. They wanted control. They got chaos. Raw, focused, and unforgiving. I've walked through fire and refused to burn. I've stared into the abyss and didn't blink. I've carried the weight of betrayal, heartbreak, and loneliness, and used it as armor. Every scar on my skin is a reminder. Every tear I didn't let fall is a weapon. Every moment I wanted to quit, but didn't. That's where my power lives. They thought I was weak because I broke. But they didn't realize breaking isn't the end. Breaking is the beginning. Because once something breaks, it can be rebuilt, stronger, wiser, unstoppable. And that's what I've become. I no longer carry the burden of who I used to be. I don't owe him anything. He did what he could with what he had. But I've moved on. I buried him with honor and rose with fire. I am not heartless. I'm focused. I'm not cruel. I'm clear. I'm not dangerous because I want to be. I'm dangerous because I have to be. This world doesn't protect the kind, doesn't reward the gentle. It eats the soft and feeds the ruthless. So I adapted. Not because I wanted to lose my warmth, but because I needed to survive. And now, I do more than survive. I dominate. I don't just rise. I stay risen. I don't just fight. I win. Let them say I changed. They're right. Change was never optional. It was required. Because you can't walk through fire and expect to come out the same. I was never meant to stay small. Never meant to follow the script. Never meant to live a life they approved of. I was born to challenge everything they built. To tear down what never served me. To become something they never imagined. And now can't ignore. Let them tremble. Let them doubt. Let them pretend they're not watching. But they are. And they will. Because I'm not fading. I'm not backing down. I'm not done. This is only the beginning.